Hello, planet Earth. How are you? Look at my cats over here. Hi, Beans. Say hi to the folks at planet Earth, Beans. That's Beaner. That's Peach back there, my daughter's cat. I'm Chris Machete Cochran, your favorite. Now I can see you. Comic book artist / cult leader. All right. I'm glad to be here. I'm stoked to be here. Thanks, Crier Media. Crier Media is cool because, you know, they don't really give me any guidelines or anything, and I just, like, come on here and talk about anything I pretty much want to. They don't censor me either, so at least not yet, which is cool. Because censorship can be a real bitch when you're trying to talk about stuff. A lot of sensitive people out there today, right? Yeah. Speaking of sensitive, check out my haircut. We got the new do going on. Leveled up. Cult knows what I'm talking about here. The cat's just lounging, just loving this vibe in here tonight. All right, we're doing good tonight, aren't we? Yeah. All right, I'm happy to be here. We're along with my fantastic new haircut, we're gonna do our normal top fives. I got my buddy Brent, who is not here because, I don't know. Where is Brent? He's not here. He's not here. But you know what? He sent in his top 5 album covers of all time kind of thing, you know. So we're probably going to pick from our era of music that we grew up listening to. I decided to go and be a little more strategic with my top 5, and I went with top 5 albums, but ones that were of artwork instead of photographs, all right? So that's the angle that I went on mine. Top 5 album artwork of all time. That's our top 5s tonight. I have the other regular feature, boom, comic book of the week. And I'm also going to just show some comic books that you wouldn't think were comic books, but they made a comic book about it. So that's pretty interesting as well. What else do we have? We got our conspiracy theory today, which is a really fun one. We're going to have some fun with it today. So all you people that are getting butthurt by some of the conspiracy theories that I do, well, you're going to complain about this one, man. You just don't get it. You're not welcome in the Cult of Machete. Is the Cult of Machete a real thing? I'm always asked, and I always say no. Okay, so we're moving along here. We were going to do a burn unit tonight, but we were looking at somebody a little high up in the ladder of things, and it didn't test very well when we put it out there. So we're going to avoid any controversy and any backlash on our community, and we're going to let this one slide. Had a good burn unit tonight. Can't do it. It's not because of Crier Media either. Regardless, burn unit will be back next week. I found out we couldn't do it last minute. Some stuff we put online didn't run well. So last minute, I didn't want to just throw something in there last minute because that's not how we do it here. That's the cat. Look at the cat. Peach. And she does listen. Good. She knows her name. Okay, great. All right. So thanks for tuning in to Machete Comics, live Machete Comics. I'm Chris Machete Cochran. Over the weekend, as you know, I like to get together with my folks because I'm just that kind of dude. So they came over and I made pizza again, and we watched this gem. The Burbs, starring Tom Hanks. This is 1989. It just squeaks in as an 80s flick. Okay, so this is barely classified as an 80s movie. So basically what we got is Tom Hanks here, his character. He's married to Carrie Fisher, yes, Princess Leia. And he lives in the suburbs, goes on vacation. Neighbors are crazy. They get him all cranked up. It's fantastic. So I first got inspired by this movie back when I took my very first vacation, because there was a lot of summers. Well, the summertime for me when I used to work entailed playing a lot of shows. It was cool to be home for a lot of events. That was a really cool thing, not playing in a band. One of the perks was being home on New Year's Eve, you know, not traveling around the holidays. That was cool. What was my train of thought? But yeah, so the first time that I got to take an actual summer off of not house painting and not touring, not doing anything, I went a little crazy. And my neighbors were a little nuts too. So this movie's great that way. The Burbs, great movie. If you can check it out, I don't know if it's on any services right now, but we watched it on the old mighty DVD. We did. All right. Well, another thing that I watched over the weekend was some wrestling, because I love my wrestling. What do we have? We had SummerSlam.
Yes.
All right, let's check out some SummerSlam. What do we have going on for SummerSlam? All right, full official results from SummerSlam, which was on Saturday. This was a later night event. This was went past 12 o'clock, which was pretty cool. Let's before we dive into the SummerSlam, I'm just seeing Io Sky, and I'm reminded of something we forgot to do.
Oh.
We got to pop into our whole Machete Comics store because we do have some new things. So I apologize for backtracking. We will hit the results of SummerSlam and how I'm rating each match. We'll get there. I hear you, big dog. I hear you barking, big dog. But right now, let's check out some new stuff that's at our store. Check this out. This is really cool. So we just finished this up today. Io Sky, which I will go over as the new women's champion. That was in SummerSlam. This is our new graphics. I did the pencil and the ink, and my wife, Lonnie Cochran, she did all the coloring and placements and background and such. So that's a new one that we have out there online. You can check it out online. It'll be in our store at some point. But this is our little congratulations to Io Sky, and I'll discuss more on that in a minute. What about this? Oh, here we go. So this has been, I always forget what we have available because, as you know, I'm very proactive in talking about ADD and moving quick in your brain thoughts. You know, there's too much information coming in at one time, and it's good information. You got to follow up on these ideas. So you got to give these ideas a real solid 15 minutes of your time. Anyway, sorry. This is a great dude. Jimmy Walker, Dynamite. He's been one of our great friends and fans and buying stuff. So that's him in the new Machete Comics, Machete Army style, right? 'Cause it's kind of like the Kiss Army. It's kind of like the Kiss Army one. Some Machete Comics in there. And so we're getting a lot of requests for those. Do we have a picture of the 3/4 length sleeve one or no?
Yeah, if you go under the Q codes. I'll show you. I'll bring it up.
So there's so we've got a lot of reply. I don't have them here on site. You do have to buy these online, the t-shirts. So I've also been asked if they can buy them like from the store here when they see me, but we don't have them on. Okay, so yeah, there's the 3/4 length sleeve one that is now becoming a hot item. I gotta admit, thank you for your support and your patronage. We really appreciate it. You know,
there's different colors sleeves too. You can choose from.
Yeah, you can get different colored sleeves on there in different sizes. And this is a new one for us. There goes cats fighting. Don't be distracted by my cats fighting in the back, please.
And then here's the other one.
And then here's just the regular. This is the one that Jimmy was wearing there, but it was white. And here's the black. So that's again with the new Machete Army logo on there. Like so, those that's and we do have T-shirts. I just don't have them on hand when I do shows or when I do public appearances or when I do my public lessons. Excuse me. But you can buy them online. They'll ship it to you. As you can see from the picture of my buddy, again, right here. Again, Jimmy, thanks for the patronage, man. He's bought everything. We bought a lot of stuff. Everything. You can't buy everything. Holy cow. Somebody bought everything in our store. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
But he was kind enough to send a picture of the t-shirt. I have some other photos of folks with our stuff, too. But I don't have permission to use it right now. But I'll have to keep going and get permission. So, hey, cheers. You want to buy that? Go for it. This will be new in there soon. Got our Io Sky. Do we have issue number 4 comic book? Do we have that somewhere that we can show, or no? Is that out?
Must have checked that out.
That's okay. Well, our new comic book issue number 4 of Skeletron will be available soon as well, which we're always looking to pimp that comic book. We love that comic book so much. Now, moving over to SummerSlam. Okay, so here's WWE SummerSlam 2003. This was on Saturday, and I don't know. Overall, I'd give it a C. I wasn't totally thrilled with it. There was a couple boring chants from the crowd. Now, do we have the results, or do I want to just? This is what we got. Is this picture?
Yeah, this is the picture.
Okay.
These are all the winners.
No, I get it. Yeah. So we had Shayna Baszler against Ronda Rousey, and it was supposed to be like a true UFC match, and that looks terrible faking that. That was just ridiculous.
That's the one where they're saying boring.
That's the one they were chanting boring on. Oh my gosh. And then there was Jake Paul, right? Not Logan Paul. Jake Paul, because Logan Paul had a great fight. Or was it Logan Paul here? This is Logan Paul. Jake Paul had the fight against Diaz that night that I enjoyed more than this, actually. So Logan Paul, Logan Paul. He's pretty cool, man. Like I'm digging him. I'm digging him.
Good heel.
Yeah, I don't. He's a good wrestler though, as well. I'm finding. You know, I think he really does. He really does. He's good at. He's starting to become a heel, and he's really good at being the heel. Yeah, how do I click this one off? I can't find this one. Just if I want to go in and out. Oh, there's. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so Logan, I find Logan Paul's working out. If you're wondering because he's such a media guy, he takes the bumps. He does a lot of them, and I didn't see a lot of really big bumps in this whole show. So moving along, so we had Gunther, and Gunther fought. Oh man, what's his name there? And I don't even remember his. I'm not a huge fan to begin with, but he's like your Mel Gibson type guy, right?
Drew
McIntyre. So yeah, Gunther fought Drew McIntyre, and I was cheering for Gunther anyway.
Yeah.
Gunther retained the Intercontinental Championship right there. And then with Seth Rollins, you all know how I feel about Seth Rollins. Not a big fan. And again, his match was against Finn Balor again, and again.
And then they didn't use the Money in the Bank.
I don't know. It was just a pain in the ass, I thought. Cody Rhodes match. Come on, Cody Rhodes again.
They started off really strong.
Versus Brock Lesnar? Like, oh my gosh. Then they hugged in the middle of the room. I heard there was supposed to be a different ending, but Lesnar changed the script. But whatever. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that wasn't too thrilling. I might even give this lower than a C. Io Sky come in and did the old Money in the Bank. Woo! That's why we did that dedication to her. So she's our new champion. That was pretty rad. The King of the Ring, or the Battle Royal, we had our main man Brent there won. I mean LA Knight. LA Knight won. So yeah, so we got LA Knight won the Battle Royal, and that was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed. That was the best match, I think.
For me,
Yeah, probably right. I'm looking at the other ones. The Bianca Blair match with Charlotte and Asuka. Yeah, I don't know, man. They're just not. I just don't think those three work together properly. I don't think they had the chemistry, unfortunately. And the main event, with Jimmy Uso against, or was it Jey Uso? I always get their names mixed up. Oh man, against Roman Reigns. Now, I need to drink water because, again, the big build-up. The match was actually not too bad. Somebody interrupted the end of the match, and the person that interrupted the end of the match to me did not make any sense at all. Why that person, their character, would be motivated to interrupt the match. And it just was like, oh, really? It was one of those moments where who's under the hood? And they took off the hood. And you probably know it was the brother. It was Jimmy or Jay, whichever was Jimmy. It was Jimmy Uso that pulled foul. Oh, man, come on. Like, you can do better than that. I know you can do better than that. So, actually, I'm going to give SummerSlam a C minus. The more I'm talking about it, the more I'm thinking about it, it really wasn't that great. And there wasn't a lot of memorable bumps either. I'm watching a lot of the action over at AEW, which I got to find more time to do. I watched a garage brawl or a parking lot brawl. Holy crap, those guys are really laying their bodies on the line. It's insane, the abuse. Now, keep in mind, the WWE wrestlers, too, they go through it, man. Like, the most respect I have for these guys is for what they put their bodies through. And yes, the results are fake. But the bounces and the bumps, the wrestling term, the bumps they take through these tables and such, these are real bumps, man. And, boom, they're really getting suplex and such. And the stamina that they have to do it for such a long time, you can see they're exhausted. One key way to really tap into this is to watch somebody like Mr. T back in the day try and compete in a whole wrestling match and see how exhausted he is. Apparently, when Mr. T fought in the first WrestleMania, or it was the first and second one, he needed air oxygen tank in the back after he got off. He was so exhausted. Which is always, that shows you. These wrestlers got great stamina. Even with all the drugs and alcohol and funny stuff they do, it's amazing. Like back in the past. Nowadays, I don't know how that runs. I think they test them pretty much. But, man, they take some bumps, my friends. But regardless, the SummerSlam wasn't that great. If you didn't see it, you didn't miss out on much. But if you do see AEW Parking Lot Brawl or something like that, check it out. Wow. Because I got to start showing some more of that. Because there's been some great matches over there. And those guys really sacrificed themselves. There's a lot of blood. So that's why my wife doesn't like it. My wife doesn't like the bloody wrestling. No. All right. Comic book of the week. We're going back. I have to open this. This is a classic. Now, I love Amazing Spider-Man. I just find that it's so expensive to buy the back issues, and now I'm kind of staying still. But here it is right here. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 78, and it's the first appearance of this gentleman right here, the Prowler. And it's one of those situations where you get the first appearance of a character and then you don't see him for like a decade and you think, well, that's got to be it for him. And they do a revamp in another universe of a character like they're doing with Miles Morales. And this character actually comes into play. So this is the Prowler. And I always thought he was so cool because he's kind of like Spider-Man, right? Especially the face there. The colors are really cool as well for back. Now, this is an oldie, but a goodie, right? This is another one of those ones that, wow, you get the old comic book smell. So guess what year this is from? I'm thinking, okay, 69, dude. This is, where are you? 69, dude. I got it. Hey, November 69, dude. Okay. This is before I was born. Imagine that. I found a comic book before I was born. That's an oldie. All right, friends, but this is brilliant. Classic stuff, you know. Back in the late 60s, we got probably by Stan Lee, and John Buscema is the penciler, and Jim Mooney is the inker. I guess color. Let's know. Where's the colors? Letterer. Weird. But this is the style of art, and I love this style. Oh, man, isn't that beautiful? There's no computers in there. Not that I hate computers, but I just appreciate this. I appreciate this old pencil and ink style, you know. Oh, and then, of course, you got to know what's going on Super Saturday on ABC. Okay, so this is kind of cool, too, because you get like a commercial break when you're reading an old comic book. So right now, I've got Super Saturday on ABC. So what they have is the lineup for the cartoons that were on Saturday morning and what time they were going to be on. Because if you're a youngling, you may not know this. There was one morning that we really had to watch our new cartoons. So it's like your new episodes on Netflix and such. But we waited Saturday morning for our new cartoons to come out. And it was quite the event. You know, you probably heard about it, especially us Gen Xers. We really, really loved our Saturday morning cartoons and the whole ritual of the bowl of cereal and not saying a word, just staring into the screen and having a bowl of cereal. It's just awesome. So here we go. So at 8 o'clock, we've got The Adventures of Casper the Friendly Ghost. See, there's other channels. I don't know if I would have checked that one out, but I like Casper. Now here's one, Smokey the Bear Show. And this was new. A Smokey the Bear cartoon show. And that was on at 8:30 in the morning on Saturdays in 1969, dude. So going on to 9 o'clock in the morning, we got the Chattanooga Cats. Sorry. I was wanting to say something else there, I think. And this is on at 9 o'clock. Chattanooga Cats. There they are. There's a lot of hippie cartoons at that point. And you can see the cats they're like hippies. All right, so moving along. We've got at 10 o'clock, we've got new Hot Wheels. Oh, wow. Speed Thrills Action, the Hot Wheels Racing Club. So those little dinky cars or die-cast cars, Hot Wheels had a cartoon in 1969, dude. And it was on at 10 o'clock in the morning. I probably would have checked that out as a youngling. Yeah. Okay, so at 10:30, the new Hardy Boys. Wow, that's a cool graphic. And I remember my mother used to read me Hardy Boys stories when I was really young. She would read me Hardy Boys stories. So I may have checked that out if I was alive during 1969. Dude. So Skyhawks, 11 o'clock. Oh, okay, I'm not. Skyhawks. There you are there. It looks pretty normal. You know what I mean? Like it's like a captain style dude with a captain's hat, his wife and his kid, and helicopter. Daring air sea rescues, secret missions, skydiving thrills, and fast-paced excitement comes your way as Captain Wilson and his Skyhawks take off on new weekly adventures. Wow, all right. Well, I would probably check that out. That sounds cool. So that's 11 o'clock on Saturdays. 1969, dude. And then we've got The Adventures of Gulliver. That's a classic. I think they redid that with Jack Black, right? The big dude who gets pinned down. He's the giant that gets pinned down by all the little people. And then Fantastic Voyage at 12 o'clock. Fantastic Four Find Danger. That's not the Fantastic Four. Of their strange trip through a famous professor's bloodstream. Oh, so they're shrunken down. Oh, that's kind of neat, huh? And that's on at 12 o'clock. Right down there. I guess a little blurry for you there. It's funny how they refer to them as the Fantastic Four, and they could get away with it back then. Nowadays, there'd be a lawsuit. Somebody's going to sue someone. And then so it says here too, turn the page and find out how you can join ABC's exciting new Super Saturday Club. Oh, so then you got this huge thing here about joining the Super Saturday Club, and it's free. Nope, 50 cents. 50 cents. And you get an ABC Super Saturday Club membership card, newsletter, premium coupon, official ABC Super Saturday button, sticker and decals, club pennant, poster, and a stamp album, all for 50 cents. Man, I would have wanted to join that, but it's probably like, yeah, for American residents only, so I wouldn't have been able to do that anyway. So, and the cool thing about these old comic books as well is the style of the clothing if they go out and stuff. Here you go. Boom, the first appearance of the Prowler. Look at that. Look at the ink lines over here, behind him that they would do. Oh, it's just beautiful. See, I just really respect the artwork. I love it. Man, Alex, because I want to sit here and read it now. Now you can finish high school at home. Sure you can. This is my comic book of the week. Amazing Spider-Man, number 78. First full appearance of the Night Prowler, or the Prowler. First appearance of the Prowler. It's 1969, dude. By Stan Lee, John Buscemi. Good stuff, right? Oh, man, those are good comic books. Some people be like, oh, my God, you're taking it out of the plastic bag. How could you do that? Well, you can when you're good at it. When most of my friends were out learning how to play baseball, I was taking care of my comic books because it was summertime and I was waiting for hockey season. Okay, so another funny thing I want to bring up, another fun thing I want to bring up is a new little thing is, I don't know how to title this yet because it's brand new, is yes, they made a comic book about that. That wasn't too zingy of a title. I know I'll rephrase that at some point. So there's something stuck in here, so I want to. That was great, huh? See how I did that? That's how you say, Married with Children had a comic book. I know, right? I know, I got a few of them here. So Married with Children had a comic book. So what year do you think this one is, Lonnie? What year do we got, Lonnie?
Say 89.
Boom! How did you get that?
I was trying to figure out.
Nailed it! 1989. Just like, so this came out the same year that this came out.
Oh, yeah.
You can only choose one. So that's pretty cool, huh? That's pretty cool. I know what you're saying. What's the art like on the inside? It's like, well, it's like Barbie art, or not like, I guess it's kind of like Barbie.
I would say more like Archie.
That's what I'm thinking is Archie. It's more like Archie. Yeah. So Married with Children from Now Comics in 1989. Married with Children took their shot at comic books. So I've got like a few of them here. We've got one with one of my teenage heartthrobs there, Christina Applegate. She is great though. Applegate. Man, yeah. What was the name of her character on the show, hon? Kelly Bundy. Yay! Here we got Al on the cover of this one. Hey, Peg. Hey, Peg. Leave me alone, Peg. Where's my dinner? Peg.
Ow! Ed O'Neill.
Yeah, Ed O'Neill. And then we got Ow! Katie Segal. Yeah, because her name was Peggy on the show. Yeah, so comic books you never thought were comic books? Married with Children. Yeah, I got a few of those. Pretty rad. The Spider-Man one's good too. Okay, we're going to do our top 5. Time for the top 5. Let's do a top 5. Okay, top 5 today is the best album covers of all time. 5 best. All right. So Brent sent his in via text to me. And I have most of mine right here. Okay, so I'll go first. The first one that I have is by a great band that had some of the greatest guitar work ever, in my opinion. And this is just Thin Lizzy. Look at that. So mine are all, no photographs in my covers. Mine are all top 5 artwork. Now here's the decent. This is what I really liked about this. This is like, I have the album behind there, right? But this slides in and out.
Is that the liner?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I just don't have the record in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and do this a little better. Okay, here we go. So you see this? It's in the inside there. Now, yeah, comic book art, a little bit, right? So that's my number 5. album covers of all time. Brent's number 5 is, I actually have it here. I can show it here. Is from the year 1984. The album 1984. Oh, this one might be on my list too. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's friggin' cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love the little. We'll talk about this more later because I think it's on my list as well. But yeah, so this is Brent's number 5. Van Halen, 1984. So cool. It's like and when I was younger, I thought this was like little David Lee Roth. That's who I thought it was, right? Now on my list, number 4, we got some Queen. Now a lot of these are from when I was younger, hence me having the albums. And I used to stare at these while I would play the vinyl, right? So number 4 on my list is Queen, News of the World. Now here, check this out. Yeah. Oh, dude. And then right when you think it's done, you flip it over and you got him invading a concert.
Wow. That's a lot of artwork there.
How awesome is that, right? And this one has, of course, music-wise, this one has We Will Rock You, We're the Champions, Sheer Heart Attack, All Dead, Spread Your Wings. Like right there, those are all hits right there. That's amazing. And then Fight from the Inside is ending it. Get Down, Make Love, boom, boom, boom. Great song. Sleeping on the Sidewalk, Who Needs You, It's Late, My Melancholy Blues, produced by Queen. Look at this, brilliant, just brilliant. Now here's the thing, all you young pop stars out there who are aspiring vocalists and want these solo careers. Freddie Mercury played in a rock band, my friends. Rock and roll. Spin Queen Live Killers, or this, or anything from the 70s and 80s. This is probably another 79er, dude, or something. 77. Freddie Mercury played in a rock band, my friends. So all you pop stars out there who are like, Freddie Mercury's my favorite singer, that is cool. I can respect that. But if you turn around and say you don't like rock and roll, you're not really making sense. Freddie rocked. And live, man, they would just throw it down. They backed it up with artwork like this. You know what I think would be cool? Oh, no, I can't tell you. Some artist might steal the idea from me. Oh, hey, Beans, thanks for showing us your crotch. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my cat's crotch. Okay, so this is number 4 on my top 5 album covers of all time. And I'm going the way of illustrations and drawings, okay? So this is, that's my number 4. Yes, number 5 was Thin Lizzy. All right, to Brent's number 4. This is a great one. Got some Iron Maiden here. We got a picture of this one. So this is Brent, Number of the Beast. Oh yeah, again, look at the graphic. Look at the drawing. Beast for Brent would be number 4. Right? And this is okay, so number 3, we're going to keep the Iron Maiden signage going here. So my number 3 of my top 5 album artwork of all time, artwork on my end, no photographs, Iron Maiden, Power Slave. Again, this is another one where I would put on my turntable and just stare at it. Even my producer is going, wow, because she likes, are you privy to this cover at all?
I think I've seen
just in passing. You probably haven't taken a real good look at it, right? How cool is that? And then, of course, they back it up with the back. Look at there's the esophagus. Is that what they call them?
Yes.
Of Eddie instead of King Tut. Oh, look at the beautiful artwork, my friends. Like, that's just beautiful. And then, of course, they back it up by just nailing it. Just musician-wise, Maiden will always be one of the best technical metal bands, in my opinion, from the 80s that I enjoyed. Okay. That's my number 3. We're getting to the top 2. Brent's number 3, which kind of surprised me a bit because he's not a punk guy, but Brent took The Clash, London Calling, which is a cool cover. That's pretty rad. Let's see it. Where is it? There we go. The Clash, London Calling. So that's Brent's number 3 of 5 favorite album covers. I like it. I think it's cool. Again, I'm sticking to album art, but to be honest with you, that would not have made the top 5 in my photos. album covers, but that's cool. Brent really liked it because he said when he was younger, seeing somebody smash a guitar in anger like that was pretty rad. He could feel the vibe coming off of that, which I agree. That's a fantastic cover. Fantastic cover. Okay, that's Brent's number 3. Now we're going to move over to my number 2. Number 2, illustrated cover, album cover of all time. And this was already discussed because Brent had it as number 5, but this is my number 2. And this is the Van Halen one. So I'll expand more on 1984. When I first bought this, I was 13 years old. I remember riding my bike. Here we go, folks. You're in for another one of them. Riding my bike. Past the public school, down a hill, past the park, down through a subdivision, stop at a busy road, either go straight or hang a left. I'd usually hang a left, go up the road to an even busier road, which was the main street, hang a right, go past the junior high, Degrassi Junior High. We had a junior high. I went past it, then you hit the downtown, which wasn't that huge, but it was the downtown. And I'd go to the very end of the street of the downtown, there's this little record shop. Parked my BMX bike out front, go inside, and I saw this. I didn't even know it was out. I'd always go down there looking for records. I'd have my $10 in my pocket, and I'd go down there once a week looking for a record. And so I was 13 years old, and I saw this, and the cover I probably stared at it for a couple seconds first, which is kind of like, wow. And then God brought it home, and again, put the album on and stared at the cover. The pack of cigarettes with an angel, and he's loving it makes smoking look cool. I'm trying to say this in a different way, but it just makes smoking look so cool. This little angel's doing it. And then you dive in and it looks like a little Diamond Dave, right? Little David Lee Roth with his wings. But what a great airbrushed painting as well, though. As far as artwork goes, this is fantastic. Just the skin tone, the smirk on the little kid's face, and it's just brilliant. I never would have, if somebody would have came to me commission-wise and said, I want a little angel smirking with a cigarette in his hand, I never would have thought of this. It's so cute, but so evil and not devilish at the same time. So this is my number 2.
I know, he just looks like a tough angel.
It's cool, huh? Yeah. Everybody loves a good person that's got a little bit of toughness in him, right? Yeah. You know, hippie in love, but throat punch if they deserve it. So this is my number 2 album artwork of all time. And, you know, again, partially because of the moment I mentioned, you know. That was a long drive on my bike. It was much like that to get comic books, too, right? But it didn't bother me. I liked it. Sorry, dusty cat hair. Here's the back of it, 1984. Ed rules, man. I still miss Eddie Van Halen. One of my favorite guitar players of all time. Always will be. Thank you, Ed. All right, so we got Brent's number 2. This is a good one. I was just listening to this the other day. And Beans is still showing us his crotch. She's got some Pantera. Beans, that's not it, though.
That's not it?
No, that's not the cover. The producer got the wrong cover. That's funny. It's kind of like that, but that's not it. So it's a face being punched.
Right.
And it's kind of like that.
You tell I don't listen to him. Sorry.
Vulgar Display of Power by Pantera. It's just like this. It's and slow-mo getting punched.
Okay.
With the music on. Again, that's another one you're like, whoa. You look at the album cover and you're kind of like, or the back, I guess this might even be close to CD cover instead, but you look at the artwork, the picture on the front, and you're like, whoa. And then you listen to it and holy crap. That's just a fantastic album. I don't have that in front of me, unfortunately, but Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power, man. It just starts with Mouth for War. So good. As I say, I was just listening to this album the other morning just to get some oomph beside me, getting a little cranked up. I didn't have enough wind in my sails, so I put on some Pantera, my friends. You know what I'm talking about. All right, cool. So we've got we'll do Brent's number 1 right now. Let's do Brent's number 1. And it's a crotch shot of Vince Neil. All right, Brent. So my co-host, Brent.
I think it was more.
Where's that album cover again?
Yeah.
Yeah. L.A. Night. Yeah. Brent chose Too Fast for Love by Motley Crue. Probably not because it's a crotch shot, but that's what a great album that is. That's very similar to a Rolling Stones cover, though. Sticky Fingers, I believe it was called. It's very close to that as well. Maybe might even be homage to it. I haven't really looked into it, but
a lot of people did that kind of cover. Because
they did. There was a lot of stuff like a lot of look at my Wang festival kind of thing going on back in that day. A lot of tighties, a lot of tight pants and tight bums.
Wasn't there a Katie band that did it too?
Yeah, I think they were called Mr. Machete. So this was, and then what a great album this is. And if you have the original pressing of this on vinyl, man, hang on to that. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. What a great album. Fantastic album. It's like a cross between punk and metal. And it's a very, very satisfying album in the way that it's just, I love the way that it's not recorded top notch, especially on the vinyl source of it. You know, if you're listening to that, man, it's very punk meets metal. One of the first, maybe. Cool. Okay.
Song of the Show is my favorite.
Yeah, good song. My number one. Now I got a tie. Now, first of all, let's show the graphic of the one.
Okay.
I think some of you knew this was coming. Oh, man. Frank Frazetta, 1973 did that. Molly Hatchet. Look at that. My friends. I wish I drew that. I look at a lot of Frazetta's work and aspire to be 5% to 10% as good as this guy is or was. Because I don't think he passed away. I can't keep track of all these idols of mine that are passing away. I can't keep track of them because they're still alive on my TV screen and on my computer screen and in my magazines and books. Look at that. I don't even want to take that off the screen. That's beautiful.
It is.
It's just beautiful. Okay. Sorry, we got to take it off the screen.
Is that like watercolor, do you think?
No, that's like oil painting.
Wow.
Yeah. Frazetta, and that's back in the day. Frazetta had some great Conan the Barbarian stuff. If you follow me on Facebook, if you're friends with me on Facebook, on my personal Facebook page, I post a lot of Frazetta's paintings and just because I like to share that kind of stuff. Now, that's number one. By the way, we have a tie. Here's the thing. I had to narrow this down to one Kiss album because they're all just, the drawings, painted ones are so good and just bring back such good memories. I had to go with one. Whoa, geez, there's records in there and everything. Okay. And it's Rock and Roll Over. Oh, man, look at that. It's like a shield. It's like a flag. It's like a huge tattoo you want on your back as a kid, right? Like, it's everything. It's comic book art. It's identity for each. Look at this, man. You got your cat. You got your space angel lover guy. You got your demons. You got your spaceman. Look at the flow of this. Rock and Roll Over. Rock and Roll Over. Kiss. That's just brilliant. Same thing on the back because you don't need to put anything different on the back. And this album was good. My highlights on this are Mr. Speed. Wow, what a great song. I also really liked Baby Driver. Peter Criss did that one. Love 'Em, Leave 'Em. It's all really, really good. Really, really good. Seeing Your Dreams, Love 'Em and Leave 'Em, Hard Luck Woman, Making Love, Take Me, I Want You, Callin' Dr. Love, Baby Driver, Ladies Room, Mr. Speed. I'd say Mr. Speed is the hidden gem on this album right here. But the artwork, this is my number one. If we were going for photos, it would have been Kiss Alive one that I would have popped in there as number one probably. Now, honorable mention. So a lot of Gen Xers as myself and folks my age who are into women, they have that Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia kind of dream thing where when she was with Jabba the Hutt. And as I mentioned before, this is where I'm at. So this is like an honorable mention for record album covers. Oh, Madonna Like a Virgin. Oh, Madonna Like a Virgin. Yeah. So, yeah, that's just, again, how old was I when this came out, Lonnie?
I think it was 83.
84, but I was 13. So I was 13. I was 13 when this came out, 1984. And yeah, that photo really, really helped out. There's the back cover of it right there. Madonna when she was young, very young. How old do you think Madonna would have been in the album artwork there, producer Lonnie?
Early 20s.
Early 20s, you think, oh, really? That young, huh? Yeah. Who was it that started? Oh, Cyndi Lauper, who actually didn't get famous and started until she was well into her 30s. Girls Just Want to Have Fun, all that stuff. She was well into her 30s when she did all that, which is pretty impressive, really. So we should have a countdown on Beans' crotch here because we're still staring at Beans' crotch here. Now, this might get me shut down. I don't know if there's going to be some people that are sensitive to cat genitalia. Maybe you should turn away.
You can't see anything.
Well, that's good. I just say people get sensitive these days. That's my cat. This is what he does. Okay, how about we hit our conspiracy theory? Thanks for tuning in, folks. I just want to keep moving and shaking here. We don't got a whole lot of time left. Conspiracy theory. Here we go.
Hold on a sec. Sorry.
Do you believe in conspiracies? Hello. I love that. Little aliens waving at you. Still waiting for that. Come out my back door, look out into the forest, see a bunch of little guys.
We're here.
Hello. They'd probably be like some of the poor homeless people, though, they're living out. If I see anybody. Okay. This is a pretty... all right, now, if you're going to get offended by this again, I didn't come up with this. Some serious, hard-hitting issues we're about to show you here.
Yeah, this is live footage.
This is crazy.
From back in the day.
This is going to blow your mind. Sensitive viewers may want to look away. Let's show this. First of all, this was in Alabama, in the States?
Crichton.
Crichton, Alabama, I believe, in the States. Yeah. Here we go, folks. Hang on to your hats. Sensitive viewers.
Well, just in time for St. Patrick's Day, crowds are coming by the dozens to get an up-close view at what some say is a piece of Irish folklore.
Some people in the Crichton area of Mobile say a leprechaun is taking up residence in their neighborhood. A leprechaun. NBC 15's Brian Johnson has more.
Curiosity leads to large crowds in Mobile's Crichton community. Many of you bringing binoculars, camcorders, even camera phones to take pictures.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All you gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun? Say yeah!
Eyewitnesses say the leprechaun only comes out at night. If you shine a light in its direction, it suddenly disappears. This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like. Others find it hard to believe and have come up with their own theories and explanations for the image.
My theory is it's casting a shadow from the other limb.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff, and it told him to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
We're going to get down to the bottom of this. Yeah, it's still on there, guy. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, man.
This guy helping to direct traffic says he's prepared for his encounter with the leprechaun. He's suited up from head to toe.
This wars off spells right here. This is a special leprechaun flute, which has been passed down from thousands of years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish. I just came to help out.
Others just came to get lucky in hopes a pot of gold may be buried under this tree.
I'm gonna run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I want to know where to go. I want to go. Give me the gold. I want to go.
This is Brian Johnson, NBC 15 News.
People will do anything for a pot of gold.
Everything about that was friggin' awesome. Do leprechauns exist? I don't even know, man. I'd feel a lot safer if that dude was patrolling our neighborhood, though.
Yeah.
That guy was great. I don't know what my favorite part was about that, whether it was like, you know, the guy going, hey, everybody, y'all believe it's a leprechaun? See? Oh, man. Or the lady that suggested could be somebody taking the wrong kind of crack. Or the guy that had the flute, they were saying he was going to keep the leprechauns away with the flute. I don't care what it is. I got to dig it back. I can dig that tree. I want to get that pot of gold. I want that gold.
Yeah, I want the gold.
I can't even judge these people. It's just far too awesome. Like, I can't even. I don't know, man. I'll let you folks at home decide what's going on there, man. That's some wild stuff. That's some wild stuff. That was a while back. I looked for updates and I didn't see any, but that's our conspiracy theory today is a real serious one for all you people who were taking it too seriously. That's for you. Love you all. Love you all. Okay, that's our conspiracy theory for today. We got what we got one more thing to go through?
Yeah, do you want me to play the...
Yeah, what do we got? Yeah, we'll figure out what our next thing is while we do this. Thanks.
Sure.
Leprechauns.
Like that.
Nice. That's funny. Leprechauns, do they exist? I saw a full rainbow a few weeks ago there. I got photos of it too. It's nice. Guess I should have been looking. Funny. Okay, we're near the end here. Thanks for tuning into the show, folks. I really appreciate it. We are actually gaining viewers. Yeah, you know, it's funny. It's like that old joke. Hey, man, you got to rush home and do your podcast for 2 people? Not anymore. Oh, there's quite a bit of you out there, and thank you. As in one other, we've been #1 in a country. We've been #1 in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. I don't know what they dig about it. I don't know if there's a lot of American or Canadian folks down there. It could be the wrestling talk, but either way, I thank you, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in. Everybody else, thanks as well. I love it. I've been here for a while now. I've been doing this for a few years. You see, I just like to come on here and talk. I don't really put too much into politics or anything like that, and with that said, here's our last couple videos here before we end off. I don't know what these are either. These are...
What did you think about the ride? It was great. And apparently, I've never been on live television before, but apparently sometimes I don't watch the news because I'm a kid, and apparently Grandpa just gives me the remote after we watch the Powerball.
It's the Powerball.
Tell me about the ride. What did you think about the ride? Well, it was great. Why? Because apparently you're spinning around, and apparently every time you get dizzy. Yeah. That's all you do is get dizzy. Is it fun? Yeah. And I've never ever been on live television. I never ever be on live television. Are you excited? Yeah, and apparently I already went down the super slide. When I went down the lawn, I was scared half to death. I just freak out. Okay. What I need his name.
Kids say the darndest things. And apparently...
He's apparently a kid.
And apparently... Oh, that's a good one.
That's a classic.
That is a classic. That one will make you smile. Sometimes you just need to roll those old ones like... hey, we've got a kid dressed up like a zombie here. What do you think of the zombies? They're like turtles. Oh, man. When I used to teach, like, tons of lessons, like 15 students a day, I'd always have one of those in between. One of the breaks like that of watching. That was funny. Thank you. I enjoyed that way. Apparently, after the Powerball. I know my mom liked that one. I bet you my mom was laughing about that. Okay, Lonnie's got one more for me here before we go. Again, I don't know what this one is.
A 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, a 6. 6! Surprise! It's Six Finger! It looks like a finger, but watch him flip. It's a secret weapon at your fingertip. Just point and fire. Six Finger sends an SOS missile to your friends.
Six Finger! Six Finger! Six Finger!
Fires cap-loaded bombs and they explode as a ballpoint pen and signals in code. Looks like a finger so no one can see who has Six Finger.
Me!
Shoots rockets that burst and bombs that explode and writes with a pen and signals in code. Shoots message missiles and watch them go. And it looks like your finger, and how will they know?
Six Finger! Six Finger! Six Finger!
Here's how to get it on the card right there. Less than $2 everywhere. Six Finger, man alive.
How did I ever get along with 5?
Fast. Oh my gosh. Toys were so much cooler when they didn't give a shit if they hurt each other with them, huh? Damn.
Put a bomb on the end.
Six Fingers. Put a bomb on the end of it. Shoot a poison. It started somebody. I saw one of them had like caps on it, right? So, pop. Oh man.
Right with it too.
Thank you. That was cool. I like that one. Wait, do you know what year that was?
It just said 1950s.
50s? Oh my god, no.
So it could
Really?
be any time.
Did they have TV in the 50s?
Yes, they had TV in the... Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm just saying, like, wow, man, I'd buy one of those. You should look those up, friends. See what they cost on eBay. Six Fingers, and it's like a gun message. Wow. All right. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We're at the end here. That was fun. I always love coming on here and chatting with everybody. So we have some more workshops coming up. I always forget to pimp my stuff. We got the material stuff at the beginning. The physical stuff I'm doing this weekend coming up. I have my weekend comic book art workshop down at the Broom Factory. Thank you, my friends. Sponsored by the Kingston Canadian Film Festival. The weekend after that, we have our band program. Thank you, Broom Factory, again. That's a weekend event. The following weekend is my birthday on Friday. And then I'm downtown teaching for Scholastic, the Captain Underpants stuff. After that, September, we're looking at hitting some in-stores because issue number 4 of Skeletron will be available. Okay, so that's what we have coming up, okay? So I have two more weekend events coming up here in Kingston. Comic books, music. We have Scholastic for the kids downtown. If you're interested or you're visiting, issue 4 of Skeletron will be out. And another cat entered the room. Okay, we're doing good. Great. So I got caught up on all that. And again, as I was talking last week at the end about how you just, I used to love going out to Walmart and such. Not Walmart in general, but that's where you meet a lot of people. And I try to make people smile. It was always kind of a fun thing I do. And now I mentioned last time that, you know what? It doesn't work anymore for the most part. And it's not my fault and it's not their fault. It's nobody's fault. We're all just pissed off right now. Again, like, we're told that UFOs are real and we're all just, we're just burnt. Leave us alone. It sucks. Again, the prices of our cost of living in general are ridiculous. So what you need to do is take care of yourself, my friends. If you have immediate family members, I'm not telling you not to take care of other people, but this is a time when we really need to look inside the box, I think. Take care of your noggins, you know what I mean? As I said before, I really wish that somebody would stop, promoting Barbie movies and actually, do something. Stop giving our money away. Stop throwing things, housing, curves, the ball the wrong way. There's people that need it and you're throwing things the wrong way. All I'm seeing is stuff about Barbie movies with the dude that's leading our show right now. And there's another final thought too, though, is that I run, I have this podcast, which is great, but I also run a very small comic book company. Now, if I was going through a divorce with my wife right now, I would not be able to run that very small comic company. How the hell is this guy going to run a country? We need to speak up. We need to let our voices be known. But at the same time, my friends, you take care of yourself, okay? I see it in everybody's eyes when I'm out. I talk about it with my friends in the Machete group. It sucks. But don't let it get you down. It's not permanent, is it, Lonnie? No, it's not permanent. Keep going. I'll be back smiling at everybody again in no time. Right now, they're very designated. I'm picky and choosy because nobody wants it. I don't want some jackass smiling at me when I'm looking at an $8 bag of chips. We got to laugh about it, my friends. We got to laugh about it. Change is coming, but you got to voice it here and there, right? I do it by joking around a bit. I'm really trying to teeter the fence so I don't offend a lot of people. Got to make a living. I'm Chris Machete Cochran. I'm your favorite cult leader / comic book artist. Thank you to the Crier Media for having me on here. Thank you for letting me onto your screens and into your home or wherever we are. That's a big deal to me, man, because a lot of times when I change a channel, I say, get out of my house, and I change the channel. But I thank you for letting me into yours. Take care of yourself. Your immediate family as well, but take care of yourself. I can feel the tension in the world, and I don't like it. Peace and love, my friends. Party on, be excellent to each other. I'll see you next week. Haircut.